Welcome to the With You Always podcast. My name is Gallagher, and I'm excited to share with you today's reflection. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you the day 8 reflection of the 21 Days to a Better Prayer Life Challenge that we're doing on the Sushipe platform. So thank you for checking in. Our theme today is probably one of the most difficult for me to relate to, or the one I least enjoy relating to, I guess. Jacques Philippe tells us that we must, in being free, we must also consent to things that we do not choose. Right? So before we were choosing God's will, being open to God's will, and often, especially looking at it in a positive light of we want to receive the life that God's going to give us. Right? But to be with Jesus means we have to accept the life that He is leading us into and through for our own sake. He models for us what it means to accept the cross and to follow Him to heaven. He says, to achieve true interior freedom, we must train ourselves to accept peacefully and willingly plenty of things that seem to contradict our freedom. He mentions personal limitations, our weaknesses, our powerlessness, this or that situation that life imposes on us. We feel a natural revulsion for situations we cannot control. I remember being so moved one time when I was watching The Passion of the Christ, when they would hit him, right? When he was being presented to be judged, and they would ask him questions and he would respond or he wouldn't respond, and it didn't matter, but they would hit him. And there's so many times as I watch that movie where my heart breaks because my natural response is, why are you letting them do this to you? You don't deserve this. Do you really choose this? Is this really what you will? And so for a suffering person, and we're all going to get there to some extent, again, through our own personal limitations, just through our own health over time, losing a member of a family, having siblings or family or friends who are going through difficult situations. And we're wired in some ways to receive these more generously than others. But truly, God is inviting us to a freedom where we can accept His plan regardless of our appreciation or lack thereof for it. So today, what are those things that are happening in your life that you can't control, that you seem to be very resistant towards? Those things that are perhaps growing a bitterness inside of you, a frustration inside of you. Perhaps there's people you can't really look in the eyes anymore because you've allowed it to grow into something hideous that needs to be removed from your life. Are we free to consent to the things that we did not choose? He ends the passage by saying, the fact is that the situations that really make us grow are precisely the ones we did not choose. We can find this so many times in Scripture where Jesus is inviting the apostles to follow Him, and then they're presented with a situation that they would have never willed for themselves to get into. And Jesus gives them a way out. And He shows them a greater depth of His love for them through it. And they only got there because they were open and willing and ready to receive whatever it is the Lord wanted of them in that moment. Are we ready and willing to do the same?